From Trump winning in 2024 to smart watches and scientific discoveries, The Simpsons have made many predictions that have already come true.
With a classic show like The Simpsons, one trip down memory lane can reveal many surprising things that parallel our current world. Episodes from the 90s and early 2000s contained funny jokes and storylines that almost feel prophetic today. From accurate predictions about human cloning and artificial intelligence taking over, to the various unsettling glimpses into the current state of the White House. Which of them most accurately foretold today's affairs, and which ones were just mere coincidences?
What if a cartoon saw our future decades before we did? What if The Simpsons, the show we laughed off as silly, hid warnings about 2025?
Stay with us as we explore some of the most frightening predictions by The Simpsons that are coming true in 2025. AI overload. Imagine going back in time and telling someone from the 90s that humans in 2025 would be using AI tools and equipment to floss and brush their teeth. Chances are that almost no one would believe you. But back in 1995, we saw a prediction from The Simpsons that mirrors everything we see today. In the sixth season's episode titled Lisa's Wedding, we visit an era filled with impossible technologies. Everyone made video calls on wristwatches, had home appliances and assistants that responded to voice commands. It showed robots taking care of daily tasks at homes and major companies. Back in 1995, it was nothing more than a silly gimmick. Fast forward to 2025, and it seems the joke has quickly become a reality, not just because AI is currently present and powerful, but rather because there is too much of it today. It is so rampant in today's world that we now have coffee makers, dishwashers, and washing machines that claim to run on advanced AI. We've gotten to the point where every billionaire is building a new language model, and the result is endless chaos on social media. Every social network today is filled with deep fakes and AI accounts spreading misleading information. And it's gotten so bad that even leading governments are struggling to regulate the chaos. This happens while billionaires promise their latest AI model will be the one that saves humanity, and every product is allegedly powered by AI. We are living in an era where advanced AI is so common that it isn't special anymore. In 1995, The Simpsons laughed about machines taking people's jobs away, and today, we are seeing it unfold as a grim reality. But brace yourself, because it only gets worse from here. Trouble at the White House. Where do we even begin? Recent events have made Season 11's Bart to the Future, which aired in 2000, to become one of the classic episodes of The Simpsons. It features a gag where Lisa rules the country but gets a budget crunch from President Trump. This was seen back then as nothing more than a joke, as the current president was known as nothing more than a flashy mogul. Fast forward to late 2016, and that gag quickly became reality. Turn the calendar to 2025, and that prediction feels even darker. With rumors swirling about the president's alleged disappearance and eventual replacement by a body double, it seems the cartoon knew how rumors would grow and spread in modern times. Some unproven sources theorize that he's not with us anymore. Others claim that his latest briefings from the White House are deep fakes. Now, let's revisit the 2008 Treehouse of Horror episode, where we have celebrities and popular higher-ups getting taken away and replaced by very realistic substitutes. And today, artificial intelligence can be programmed to easily clone the looks and voices of the president to make him do or say anything on screen. Put these two situations together, and we have 2025 in recent months, where a predicted leader in the White House gets elected, allegedly missing and reportedly replaced by AI. And while this hasn't been proven by trusted sources during the making of this video, the countless rumors and deepfakes show that even when someone disappears, their shadow can keep ruling the stage, just as it happened with The Simpsons. Human cloning technologies. Back in 1997, The Simpsons aired their itchy and scratchy and poochy shows Tears of a Clone. Here, The showrunners tossed in a joke about a secret government lab that is designed to clone human beings and other advanced forms of life. It was a funny parody of popular sci-fi shows, movies, and novels like Star Wars and Star Trek. But in today's scientific community, it seems science fiction has moved into modern-day laboratories. And while we haven't officially cloned presidents today, we currently have lawyers and scientists battling over the ethics of cloning human tissues and organs. Some are even debating whether replicating entire animals should be legal in the United States, and it didn't start in 2025. By late 2022, the world was shocked to hear that Chinese scientists had successfully cloned rhesus monkey embryos that survived longer than natural ones in the same selected environment. Things got a lot more frightening in late 2024 when various labs in South Korea showcased the art of cloning meat for commercial production. Most of the trials showed very promising results, so much so that the FDA approved more experiments than before. Now, in 2025, various biotech firms are just one step away from pushing cloning technologies into the mainstream, just as AI tools and chatbots were made available for everyone a few years ago. The most frightening question right now is that if scientists can now easily copy human tissues and entire organs in a laboratory, what's stopping governments and billionaires from quietly abusing human cloning procedures anytime soon to either push an agenda or make more money? Robots connected to human brains. From season 24, we have another Treehouse of Horror episode where human cloning technologies have grown so advanced that there are special devices used for controlling the minds of humans. And once again, we see science fiction becoming reality in 2025 with Neuralink, a company owned by tech billionaire Elon Musk, successfully implanting human brain chips through trials aimed at linking brain signals to robotic arms and legs. Rival tech startups like Synchron and BlackRock Neurotech are carrying out experiments for restoring vision to blind people with robotic sights and curing paralysis with artificial electric signals. In June 2025, it was reported that various Chinese labs are now experimenting with tools that help soldiers remotely guide drones and missiles with neural signals. That's right. Real telekinesis from the movies is being tested right now across several laboratories in China. It's gotten so advanced that AI researchers are warning engineers about accidentally creating a closed-loop AI system. This happens when algorithms become able to learn and simulate parts of the human brain on their own. This, according to researchers, means that a chip would be able to muster up emotions, cravings, addictions, quirks, and behaviors. And while this sounds incredible on the surface, here comes the twist. They also predict that our current advancements in controlling robotics with the mind in 2025 means we aren't far off from getting controlled by the chip once it automatically starts learning for itself. Now that is a joke not even the Simpsons can laugh at anymore. Humanoid robot replacements. In another Treehouse of Horror Halloween special from 2008, we see Homer Simpson discovering an agency that eliminates celebrities so they can keep using their images in commercials. The message of this episode was clear: humans are easily disposable as long as their likeness can be exploited with advanced technologies. Now in the workforce of 2025, we have humanoid robots being tested in warehouses and even hospitals. Today, we have chatbots trained to be virtual agents that have easily replaced call centers, HR reps, and even legal assistants. Artists, writers, and musicians are now competing with advanced AI tools, proving the old joke from The Simpsons that your likeness and skill set can outlive you without your consent. Today, anybody's image, voice, and creative work can be emulated, replaced, and used to make a fortune while the real person is sidelined for nothing. Sadly, unlike the animated world of The Simpsons, the chaos in this reality is caused by billion-dollar corporations with robots and AI models taking over entire industries. Almost 20 years later, Homer's dark humor from 2008 now feels even more prophetic than ever. FIFA corruption and bribery scandals. Now stepping beyond the walls of the White House, Season 25's famous episode titled, "You Don't Have to Live Like a Referee," shows Homer Simpson being chosen to be the referee at the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil.
No penalty! He dove, Dad!
No penalty! I repeat, no penalty!
He is brought in because the previous referees were corrupt and dishonest. But Homer eventually acts like the others by accepting bribes and mocking the idea that FIFA officials are not controlled by money. This episode aired in 2014 and was seen as classic Simpsons satire. However, in 2025, with an accumulated history of over 50 FIFA corruption cases investigated, dozens of officials arrested, and over $200 million currently uncovered in bribes, it is no wonder higher-ups at FIFA are considering using AI in refereeing and match analytics. But with that came another huge scandal with FIFA. As of June 2025, there were over a dozen VAR errors in 13 Premier League rounds, with 4 of these mistakes being incorrect interventions and 9 others being obvious missed calls. The biggest case of suspected corruption was the famous match between Atletico and Real Madrid that ended in a disaster the internet would never forget. In this match, the VAR disallowed a foul on a penalty taker without the actual referee noticing it. And even though there were good reasons to excuse this error, many analysts called it out for being a deliberate overreach of prioritizing technology over needed human judgment. But as surprising as that might sound, this is where it gets even more bizarre. Self-driving cars going insane. When The Simpsons make a satire episode about Silicon Valley, it is easy to believe the showrunners might be on to something. This is what happened on Season 30's episode, "Baby, You Can't Drive My Car." We have Homer landing a job at what many believe is a satirical version of current-day Tesla. At first, it seems exciting and futuristic, but then these cars begin to have a mind of their own and no longer make the safety of the passengers a top priority. With top billionaires at the time, like Elon Musk, promising full self-driving cars in a few years, many saw this as nothing more than a funny exaggeration. Sadly, in 2025, the joke doesn't feel as funny as it used to be, as across the US and Europe, there have been many reports of self-driving cars causing dangerous problems. From trapping passengers inside to deliberately blocking fire trucks and running over crime scenes, this is just the tip of the iceberg. As of August 2025, there have been multiple lawsuits in Los Angeles over AI cars causing accidents by misjudging motorcycles as pedestrians. Just as it was in the show, 2025 has shown many users that smart cars aren't always so smart, especially when human lives are on the line. And while cars aren't deciding to turn on their masters, every glitch, crash, and lawsuit shows that we might not be as far off as we once thought. Climate change catastrophe. While there are many Simpsons episodes with overblown predictions about climate change, one memorable gag hits close to home in an almost terrifying way. We are talking about another Treehouse of Horror episode from 2016 that features many gags about Earth's constant overheating and humanity's quiet disregard for the environment. A short glimpse of that episode and a brief look at today make 2025's climate reality feel like a nightmare. While this sounds like an exaggerated fact, it is far from an overstatement, as in recent months, Europe has endured its hottest summer so far with over 2,000 people passing away from heatstroke and dehydration in 12 cities alone. A similar thing was happening in places like India and Pakistan, where a brutal heat wave started in late April, taking the lives of hundreds of people with temperatures rising to over 48 degrees Celsius. On top of that, various ecologists around the world are talking about a global coral bleach that threatens 84% of those aquatic environments, making it the worst we've seen in recorded history, and the numbers are projected to rise once again in 2026. Rising Chinese tensions and the tariff wars. Perhaps one of the darkest jokes thrown around in The Simpsons is gags about another global conflict coming up. One route they often take is with America's difficult relationship with China, a rising tension that first exploded into open trade battles starting from 2016 and still continues to unfold in 2025. Some of these episodes were so bold and accurate that various streaming platforms removed them from their rosters to avoid controversy. The first hint pointing to this also came from Season 6's Lisa's Wedding episode, where Lisa's fiancé from Britain spoke about America being bankrupt and remaining in debt to foreign countries. Many saw this joke as something that came to reality at the peak of the tariff wars in 2019. But later episodes such as Season 25's You Don't Have to Love Like a Referee have so many jokes about corruption that fans easily paralleled the classified negotiations with Beijing that worsened the trade wars. Season 22's episode titled Homer the Father made reference to Chinese dominance in global issues when the president's tariffs on steel and electronics led to a painful retaliation from China. In the series, these situations got so intense that Bart Simpson tried to get a dirt bike by giving off nuclear secrets to China. In 2025, the jokes feel darker than ever as the tariff battles have evolved, with the US still negotiating supply chain ties while China continues to leverage manufacturing dominance over the rest of the world. Episodes like these make old humor feel like a forewarning in disguise. But even that doesn't come close to the last item on our list. Virtual reality, overload, and accidents. This was predicted in Season 28's Friends and Family episode from 2016. Here, a famous professor gives Springfield families VR headsets to use, and the entire town becomes addicted to them. The addiction became so rampant that people began to crash into objects and get into serious accidents. Today, in 2025, we see this episode become reality with immersive headsets, like Apple's famous Vision Pro slowly gaining momentum. When it was released last year, many didn't like it because it was impractical and expensive. But today, it's gotten widespread enough for various cities around the world to start implementing VR-free zones to reduce the number of accidents caused by users who regularly bump into streets, posts, and even cars. We are seeing a serious situation where, just like the Springfield problem in the series, real people are losing situational awareness to VR tech. These are just a few predictions out of several unfolding before our eyes in 2025. Many hardcore fans have noticed many other episodes with certain parallels pointing to really terrifying technologies that are slated for release sometime in early 2026. These newer predictions are nothing short of breathtaking, but that will be the story for another video. So, what do you think? Are The Simpsons very good at predicting the future, or are these just a few lucky guesses out of many misses? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, click on the next video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.